Chad Rayford, driver number 29 Pro-Spec in the Champ Series, sponsored by Kenda Tires. Off-road racing, my uncle started racing a Good Old Boys car in Crandon, a lot of years ago. I don't remember the year, but I was a little kid, and watching that, it hooked me. Like, I've been hooked ever since. And my uncle came through the Good Old Boys. He went up to light buggy class, then he went to classics, then he went up to sportsman stock truck, which is now super stock. And I just been following that trail with him. When I got old enough, I got a job, and I started racing snowmobiles. Actually, I raced snowcross for a bunch of years, turned pro in snowcross, won 10 championships and over 100 wins in that. And then I focused my attention to motocross, trying to get back to the off-road side. So I raced ATV motocross, won a few championships in that, on Kenda Tires actually. I wanted more truck experience, so I started helping the Zillish Brothers racing team, and the Sporty 2 was basically a Pro 2 back then. And I learned a lot helping them guys, and then I started helping the Van den Hoevels, and that's where I am today, Flying Dutchman off-road here. And I helped Dan in the beginning until he retired, and then kind of started racing on my own. And me and Mike even built my truck in here in the shop, and it's been a ride ever since. 09, 0, and 10, I ran a Pro-Lite 4-cylinder, and then they made the transition to a V8. And so then I did the switch after that, and been running a few years. I only raced 2 full seasons due to budgets in my whole career, so this will be my 3rd season full-time. So it's exciting in that, and back to my roots with the manual trans and the lower horsepower, where it takes that driver to make this truck fast. Pro-Spec, like I said, is getting more to a driver's class again. It's a V6 with a manual trans, 300 horsepower, so it's more momentum class. It's all about the driver taking the right lines, not making mistakes basically, and the better driver wins that day, not the better truck or engine package. Or we all have the same exact engine, same transmission, same rear gear, same size tires, same travel, same width, so they're basically identical trucks to an extent. We have our own driving styles and suspension setups, and the rest is on us, basically. Funny story, Mike Higgs, who runs the race department, he used to be with a former tire company that Dan Van den Heuvel ran for. So we've known Mike for many years, and when Kenda got their foot back in the door for off-road, we kind of started talking, and then he sponsored a friend of mine, and I was on his team and I was on a different brand, and we kind of slowly worked the deal out, and this will be the 8th year on Kenda Tires for the off-road side. I used to be on them. I won 2 championships on motocross for Kenda, so it was cool to come back to Kenda and win races, won a championship so in the truck. So it's exciting to be 8 years deep, and this new product we're coming out with, I've helped develop it, so that's been huge on my side. Like, it's a great experience doing that and proving what these Kendas can do. No, they're kind of a smaller name a few years ago, and now they're starting to emerge as one of the top contenders in the tire business, so it's been cool to be part of that. Everything now is engineered in the United States, and we test it on the track with our grooving, with the racing in general, the different, the MT, the RT, the AT2. We've been able to develop that through what we've done on the track, because we race the same tire you buy off the shelf. Like, we call it podium to pavement. We race on Sunday, and you buy it on Monday and run it on the road, the same exact tire. Yep, they have to be able to call and order or purchase the tires from a dealer for us to be able to run them. Like, we can only be spec'd a certain tire, certain size, but yeah, they have to be DOT readily available in a mass quantity. They'll do serial numbers, they'll do durometer tests actually, so they'll make sure we aren't making a special compound. They'll make sure we have to run a certain PSI to be compliant with what they're trying to do. So yeah, this is off the shelf. Anyone can buy the same tire I'm running and abusing. So it's a pretty cool experience to be with that. This truck's gonna be a blast to drive. You're working, as hard as you can the entire 20 minutes we're out on the track, like wide open, and now we're shifting a lot. We're gonna be shifting 30, 40 times a lap probably, and that's significant. The V8, you'd shift maybe 10 times a lap, and that's just second to third, that's it. So, and trying to use that power band, because this is a low horsepower engine, so trying to keep this engine in the power band and in the momentum lines that's huge because it's all on you now. You can't just come into a corner, throw it in, and drive out of it. You actually have to think about this and make sure. So that the challenge for me is the most exciting part. And we get to try these new MT2s. I'm excited about that. That's going to be a big thing for us. So those two things, and just the racing. I think it's going to be some great racing, great competitors this year, respectful competitors. And I like racing clean. I'm out there to race. I'm not out there to smash. So I think we got a good group of drivers this year. So I'm looking forward to all that. All my socials at CR29 Motorsports on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. I just started TikTok. It's Chad Rayford 29. Got a little bit on there. And so YouTube stuff, Kenda Tires USA, we're going to have content on there. So there's going to be a wide open year as far as content with Kenda this year. I'm excited for that. I'm Chad Rayford, driver at number 29 Pro-Spec in the Champ Series. Come on out to a track this year close to you and come hang out with us and watch us race. We'll see you there.